Hello there, kia ora. Look, I know it's Sunday right now, and you're probably just sitting there going, I want to lie in bed and do nothing and never get out of bed again because it's so comfy right now. It's like a giant big squishmallow. So I'm not going to throw too much at you to make your brain blow up and start to melt. For that, you should join the Hamilton Residents and Ratepayers Association, but I'll get to that in just a sec. This week, we've got some really fascinating stuff coming up over on the YouTube channels. Blake and I are going to be sitting down and chatting to some really fascinating individuals around the budget. We're going to have a chat to former MPs, people who worked within the Beehive, including Jacinda Ardern's former Chief of Staff. We're going to talk to people who work in sectors that are going to be so impacted by this budget. We're going to learn a lot more about what they're hoping to see and what's coming out, and there'll be more information about that coming out throughout the week. But just set your calendars for about 8:30 each weekday night, with the possible exception of Thursday, where I'll be sitting in the corner and crying when I find out about what the budget's got in there and how much it's going to hurt people. Then on top of that, if you want something that is scary, that might melt your brain a little bit, I'm going to teach you a little bit about the Hamilton Residents and Ratepayers Association if you go over and check out my latest newsletter. You see, this week, there's actually two newsletters that have been sent out. The first is from my mate Art, who joined me for this particular protest that we went to last Friday. Art's a historian with a political science background, and he's a brilliant writer, and I wanted to get his perspective on the meaning behind seeing a Nazi salute thrown up in a public space like Civic Square outside the Hamilton City Council buildings. It's a really fantastic quick read. On top of that, I've also done a bit of an investigative piece into the Hamilton Residents and Ratepayers Association that organised that particular event. And it gets kind of dark. This is an organisation that's issued execution writs to sitting councillors, that's gone door knocking for the head of the police, the head of the High Court, the Minister of Justice, and demanded that they stand trial for crimes against humanity. That have talked about how much your internal organs are going to melt, how 5G is somehow responsible for Wuhan and coronavirus, and how Winston Peters is in on it all. There's a lot of crazy on display. But there's a lot of nefarious undercurrents with this as well. For example, the organization is currently being run by a 3 times bankrupted, convicted fraudster and perjurer. That's not a fun sentence to say. He's been arrested multiple times. He's served prison time for things like drug charges and serious fraud office charges. He's there running this group of people who live in their own parallel world, and this group has links to organizations like ACT, New Zealand Loyal, Voices for Freedom, and ties in with the Atlas Group. It's really, really concerning and kind of dangerous. And you can read about that now on my newsletter, which is open to the public, and it's all linked in my bio. And if you want something fun and cheerful to do, put the phone down and read a book. That's, yeah, that's probably the best advice I can give you at the moment. Don't doom scroll. Take a day off from doom scrolling. It's not good for your mental health. Look, until tomorrow, I will catch you guys later, but please enjoy all the content that's coming up or that's just come out, or the book that you should probably go and read instead. Wait, you're still here? It's over. Go find another video.